Well, yeah. I get bored.
Yes.
Why wouldn't a dog get bored?
Dogs do get bored. They might not think of it like as the human term of bored, but dogs, they get bored and
they look for activity.
Right. That's what they're doing. They're saying, okay, I've had enough of this. Let's go do something different.
Yeah.
So they do.
And when we talk about self-regulation a lot. Puppies don't self-regulate, so they don't relax to conserve energy so that they have it stored up for later, etc. Our adult dogs do that though. So sometimes we get away with them being bored because they'll just kind of self-regulate and go, okay, I'll wait until later for the activity. Right. Assuming that their needs are being met the overwhelming majority of the time. That's probably what's going to happen too. But a bored dog, a dog that is not having their needs met, who is constantly feeling frustrated with lack of activity, will look for their own activity.
Right. And they make up games that aren't good games.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, sometimes they might be good, but for the most part, they're probably not going to align with your idea of what a good game is.
Right.
Right off the bat, I'm thinking like Ned makes up his own games all the time. He's definitely got his needs well met. He gets mental work, he gets physical work. Like life is a picnic for him. Right. But he's a busy boy, and toddlers are very smart. And there's a lot of times where he will his food bowl, for example, he has small stainless steel food bowls that are plastic on the outside.
Right.
And I love watching him play with his food bowl. So a lot of the times when summertime especially, we'll go outside and I'll feed them outside. And then afterwards, I'll let him chase his food bowl around. So basically, he will pick up his food bowl and flip it upside down. Right. Like he purposely does that so that then he can chase it around with his nose and push it around with his nose. And as he's doing it, he makes all these, horrendous toddler noises. Right. I should have taken a video of that.
Right. You said they were silent and demure.
Post. Or for your dog singing post.
Yes.
But yeah, he'll like, as he's chasing the bowl around and like trying to pretend that he's picking it up. And then of course, when he gets the right angle and just whacks it with his paw in the right way, it flips, and then he picks it up and he brings it over, and he's so proud of himself, and he goes, here's my bowl. And
that is a fun game.
You're so smart, buddy. And I take the bowl. Right. He likes me to investigate his, to observe his things and to look at them and tell him how wonderful they are. That makes him happy. So I'll take the bowl from him and he'll be like, oh buddy, you did such a good job of that. This is the best bowl ever. Right. Sometimes I go, hey Kip, look at this bowl. Isn't this cool? Like make a big deal out of this bowl for a second. Right. And of course Kip won't look up and he'll be like, that's the best bowl ever.
I can see my reflection.
I'll take the bowl and I'll either hand it back to Ned to do what he wants with it, or I'll actually give it a little toss upside down, or I might create a puzzle for him. So I'll tuck it just underneath the chair leg. Right. And now you got to get it from here. Right. He plays his little puzzle game trying to get the bowl out from underneath the chair. And, it's just all good fun.
Yes,
so.
yes.
But that's sort of productive.
Right. That's a productive game, yes. Whereas, bad games might be digging a giant hole in the middle of your yard or pulling
tearing up your...
I remember one time when I was first married, we planted a beautiful garden, and we were newlyweds, and we're like, look at our garden.
I can just picture you skipping around the garden and holding hands.
And it was big. We had everything, cucumbers, corn, tomatoes.
Well, I don't think this is going to go
It didn't end well. It didn't end well. Yeah, one of the Malinois got bored, and we at that point, I don't do this anymore, but we used to let the dogs out into the yard, and they would spend the whole morning in the yard without our supervision or watching, and that might work for some dogs and situations.
It's a different life, eh?
Yeah.
Like when we just, open the door in the morning and let the dog out.
Right, and we did that all the time. And then so one morning when I went to let them in at lunch, Saber ran by with a corn stalk in her mouth. No. And I'm like, oh. And I went back, and our beautiful garden was destroyed.
Oh, dear.
So,
no more skipping hand in hand through the garden.
No vegetables for us. But the dogs had a lot of vegetables, but because they were eating stuff. And, so that was not a good game that they invented.
Oh, my goodness. I think... young Swanee was very different than Swanee of today. That's so funny.
Yeah.